Hey, Yoni here. In today's video we'll talk about the Kremlin's narrative for victory. This video will be based on a thread that I published on X and Blue Sky. The Russian paper Kommersant is claiming that Russia is developing a narrative for victory for its war in Ukraine. They are doing that in case if the war ends soon. Such a narrative will involve huge amounts of mental gymnastics and lies. Russia has not been able to reach any of its initial strategic goals, and Russia is not going to reach them during this war. Russia's full-scale war has proven to be a significant failure. Had we been told in March 2022 that the situation would be the current one almost 3 years later, we would all have seen it as a huge Ukrainian victory. We would also have seen it as a massive Russian failure. However, Russia's propaganda has been extremely effective at making us forget that. And now the Kremlin will do everything it can to make us forget all its failures in Ukraine. Russian officials were reportedly told that any outcome should be sold as a victory. The goal is to get the silent majority to be satisfied with the war ending. Putin's goal is to grow this silent majority. The goal is for this silent majority to overshadow nationalists and liberals. It's good to remember that after centuries of authoritarian rule and little freedom of press, the average Russian is not known for his critical thinking. Fact-based analysis does not matter much in Russia. The Russian media can typically spin any situation into a victory if needed. However, as the average Russian will feel the consequences of the war more and more, it will be more difficult to sell it as a victory. Deep down, most Russians probably understand that nothing has gone according to plans. Russia's economy is in a tough situation. It's overheating because of the war, but at the same time stopping the war would decrease public spending and at the same time cause a major crisis. If the war continues, life will become more and more difficult for Russians because of inflation and high interest rates. At the same time, ending the war would mean less public spending and less growth, which would mean that there would be many of these veterans that are fighting in Ukraine who would end up being unemployed. Traumatized veterans on the streets would not be a good thing for Russia. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has been a significant failure. The country has not achieved any of its initial strategic goals and is unlikely to achieve them. The whole situation is pathetic. Putin and Russians have been ready to accept over 700,000 casualties for a war just to hurt Ukraine, but to gain nothing from it. Because of the difficult situation that Russia faces, Russia doesn't really know what to do. Its strategic goals are unrealistic, and both continuing and stopping the war are both unfavorable choices. Because of this, the Kremlin is preparing a narrative of victory just in case. It will be interesting to see if Russians fall for it. This was it for today's short video. I hope that you liked it, and if you did, please press like and subscribe. See you in the next video.